A field watch has always been a function-based watch. That's not something new. They're simplistic, legible, and robust. And for a good reason. They were not just used by soldiers during the World War, but also by explorers and mountaineers in the late 20th century. These are essentially tools, which is why most of the field watches we see today do look sterile in their aesthetic. That's not an insult, by the way. That is by design. There's just something understated about them. They're not as big or flashy as divers, but just plain cool. But if you look at most field watches today, especially on the entry-level side, their specifications are often a major letdown by modern standards. Even the legendary Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical looks robust with that sandblasted case. It is still your standard stainless steel. That is to say, not as hard as titanium, for example. It feels solid, yes, but I wouldn't even trust it in the swimming pool with that 50 meters of water resistance. 70 years ago, those specifications would have blown your mind, but that is not the case anymore. Boldr did something different. Instead of simply recreating the field watch in a slightly different style, they created something new altogether. As a result, redefining the field watch to a proper tool watch based on today's standards, in the sense that it can actually compete with the robust tool watches of today. Since Boldr is a new brand with no actual heritage, they can do whatever they want. This allows them to be more bold. Boldr. Wait, is that where the name came from? But yeah, like newer micro brands, these guys do have that advantage of being able to be experimental with their designs. They're not restricted by things like design DNA of their heritage, and the brand takes full advantage of this fact. All of their watches are built like tanks, regardless of whether they're field medics or divers. Unconventional, robust design format, titanium case, sapphire crystal, 200 meters of water resistance minimum. When you combine these specifications at the price that they're asking, I can guarantee that you won't find many other alternatives. But they're not just rugged, they're also fun, as can be seen with the watch that we have in front of us today. That's what I truly like about this brand. A field watch generally prioritizes time telling over any other function. It's all about legibility. Typically, you don't see things like chronograph in a field watch. And Boldr, well, they just didn't care about the rules. Some of them are the regular chronos with your standard tachymeters, but they also produce field medics. This form of doctor's or physician's watch isn't too common, especially on the sportier side. The cool thing about this type of chronograph is that unlike your typical tachymeter that helps you record the time lapse, essentially like a stopwatch, the field medic features a pulsometer and a respiratory scale that can be used to measure pulse rates and respiratory counts. This is a bit more daring, a bit more adventurous, if you will. The inspiration of this theme is taken by a fire salamander. Not just because they are these weird lizard type creatures that can hide themselves well, but also because of their ability to heal and self-regenerate their limbs. Which is cool because this is a field medic watch after all. But then also Boldr explains that this color combination is inspired by the 2021 Pantone, which is a color matching system that is used by the fashion, printing, and manufacturing industries to set color trends. While I do believe that both of these ideas are interesting, one thing I learned in architecture school was that if you can't explain your idea to your grandma, if your idea is too complex for your grandma to understand, you don't have it yet. This is why whenever you have multiple concepts coinciding with each other, even if they are both in parallel, it just makes the whole idea weaker. Even as I'm explaining this choice of color used, I'm finding it difficult to understand myself in terms of which one is it? Which one came first? Was the yellow and gray combination chosen because of the salamander or the Pantone color scheme? So yeah, I think they just need to not get carried away like junior design students and work on solidifying one idea that aligns with their design. But apart from that, this is a great package. You have a decent Japanese super lume. The good thing about it is that it's generously applied throughout the dial, including on the text, numerals, and the minute track. When the lights are off, all of the important information stands out. You have a 38mm titanium case thickness of 12.2mm with that flat sapphire crystal, a lug-to-lug of 44, and an even lug width of 20mm, resulting in the ability to find a variety of strap options. The stock NATO strap is not bad at all. Very soft, very comfortable, and changing the strap would not be my first instinct. The movement used is a Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz. The crown has a screw down feature allowing that 200 meters of water resistance and is also decorated with an embossed logo. While the crown looks good and is also very easy to grip, it is the one thing that I wish they had done a bit better in terms of its performance. When I was adjusting the time, the crown just didn't feel solid. It just felt a bit loose. I haven't heard this complaint from others, so it might just be this specific model. Personally, I think the Venture Field Medic is just a great, affordable tool watch for anyone in the medical field. For around $250 to $300, you can choose between a variety of styles and functions. It's light, compact, robust, built like a tank, and has all of the necessary features to be considered functional under intense situations. You can go with the plain Jane matte dial option for optimum practicality, or something like this if you just want to have fun with an affordable yet indestructible conversation piece. This watch was lent to me by Red Army Watches, the sponsors for today's video. If you're looking for a new watch, do check them out. They do provide international shipping. Also, if you want to save some money, use the discount code ABDULLAHCHANG. That's all capital with no space. I'll link everything down in the description below. Also, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you get updated when I post a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.